Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept Ramadan from us as an act of ibadah. Viewers at home, it is your program, our program, the Virtuous Woman. I am your host, Olagmuju Bashir. And today the topic we'll be treating on the program is truthfulness. Truthfulness. And we have a honorable guest speaker in the house with us who will do justice to that topic. But just before we go very deep, let me remind you once again that on this program, The Virtuous Woman, we always encourage our listeners, our viewers, to call as much as possible to sit, take their time and relax, because this program is one you cannot afford to miss. Join us again after this short break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome aboard. It's still your program, our program, The Virtuous Woman. And like I said, the topic for today is truthfulness. And we have one of our own in the house who will help us with the topic, truthfulness. Hajia Mansuro Abdul Fattah. Hajia, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How's the family and how's work?
Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. How's yours?
Alhamdulillah, we're very grateful. Now, today we are treating truthfulness. I'm sure that even the little ones in the house are probably surprised at what a topic we are trying to discuss this morning. Why do we want to talk about truthfulness? They probably feel that we should talk about Facebook or something more significant. What's the weight of truthfulness as a topic to this program?
Truthfulness, as I've rightly said, is one of the essence of our living. And that is why as Muslims, we must not shy away from the reality. Even the fact that today, it is one of those things that are not common, but we still need to talk about it, because it is the foundation of our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be truthful in everything we do. Straight dealings, to be straightforward in everything we are doing. So we do not want to say because today it is something that people do not see as being important, not to discuss it. We have to remind ourselves. It is a divine injunction. Allah wants us to be truthful in everything we do. No matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, truthfulness is our foundation. Islam is built, and Allah demanded from us to be truthful in everything we are doing. So if we think that why discussing such a topic, why not go this way, that way, it is as if we want to dodge what Allah wants us, a character that is expected of us as Muslims.
Okay. Thank you very much. I love the perspective with which you have introduced the topic. So today we want to talk to the viewers at home. We want to talk to both Muslims and non-Muslims. We want them to open their hearts and their mind and look at what we have to talk about on truthfulness. So what do you have for us, Hajia?
Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us in so many ayats of the Quran that we have to be truthful. Allah says, Surah Al-Hazab, Quran 33, that Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'as sadiqin, that all you will believe, fear Allah and always be with those that are truthful. That is, make truthful part of your living. In Surah Al-Najm, also verse 28, Allah also extols us to be truthful. So also Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 23. So many ayats of the Quran encourages truthfulness, especially in our human relationship, in our interaction. Prophet Islam also said that leave doubtful things for those things in which you are in no doubt. For truth is a means of satisfaction, and falsehood is a cause of doubt and misgivings. That when you try to dodge or not to be straightforward, you are creating doubts. Or you are trying to maneuver or do things not in the right way. There is no other two way to it. Truthfulness is part of our life. So if you dodge it or you do otherwise, you are not being truthful. And there is no in between. If you are not truthful, you are telling lies. Falsehood is what sets in. So, and Islam frowns against telling lies in all forms.
No matter the situation.
Islam said, as Muslims, that we can be all levels can be tolerated except a Muslim being a liar.
Allah.
He was asked by the companion, can a Muslim be a coward? He said yes. Can a Muslim be a miser? He said yes. But can a Muslim be a liar? He said no. Because telling lies is the root of all evils. If you feel that you tell lies, if you imbibe telling lies as a character,
Okay.
it means through lies you can manipulate so many things.
Okay.
You can face judgment, you can try to cover up. So the roots of all our evils today is telling lies. And once you extinguish or you cut off the roots, every other thing will go away.
That's true.
So that is why Islam encourages Muslims that we must be truthful. Even as human elements, everybody that to have good relationship, we have to be truthful. And this is the foundation of the relationship of the early Muslims. They live together on the basis of truthfulness and righteousness.
Okay.
They love each other, they open their hearts to each other, they are straightforward. Their yes is always yes, and their no is always no. They are ready to own up to whatever mistakes they have committed.
Okay.
They feel that I am responsible for my action. And as such, to say the truth, they do not see it in any other way. They say it the way it is. That's what Islam said, the best of all generations are the generations that will live with him, followed by the next and the next and the next. But that does not mean that the passing of generations should extinguish or reduce the level of truthfulness. Or because of what we are facing in our environment today, that if you say the truth, you are bound to face so many things. People will laugh at you, people will mock you, people will abuse you. Then why? When you have opportunity of covering up, Islam said, say it the way it is and be truthful in everything you are doing. He even encouraged that as Muslim woman, being the builder of the home, teach your children to be truthful. Tell them the way it is. Encourage them to say it, to imbibe truthfulness in their character. And Islam one day visited one of the companion by name Amir. So the mother called the boy that, Amir, come and take. The boy came. Islam now asked the mother, what do you want to give? She said, I want to give him a date. Islam said, thank God. Had it be you did not give this boy anything, I would have said you have told lies, and your name will be written among the inmates of hellfire. So telling lies leads to nothing except to destruction, and destruction leads to nothing except hellfire. So it is not a character that even to children as mothers, we must put on their lips truthfulness. So it's not something we just have to overlook or just look at that it's not so important. It's very, very important. The problem society is facing today is because falsehood is reigning. We tell lies. We propagate so many things all in the name of this is what people want to hear. Even though the teller knows that you are telling lies.
How about in a case whereby I'm sure that people at home are still finding it difficult to juxtapose white truthfulness. Let's try to bring life scenarios now, things that are common within ourselves. There's this common attitude of not telling the whole story. Is such a person guilty of not telling the truth? For instance, they ask you what happened, and then you say a part of the story. You keep to yourself the other part of the story that you know might probably warrant punishment or some sanction.
It is not encouraged in Islam. Okay. Say the thing the way it is. Islam said, if you are being asked that about your fellow Muslim, that tell me about so. Tell me about so. Say it the way you know. Do not add. Do not exaggerate.
But sometimes you feel that you don't want to say the bad part of the person.
So even if you don't want to say the bad part, we are not saying that we should emphasize the bad part, but try to let the person know the kind of person he is. For example, our sister Bushra, she is fair in complexion, but she hates people that are not straightforward. Okay. But in her, you could see her times when you offend her, she do get annoyed. Okay. It's a character. People will know that, okay, sister Bushra could easily get annoyed. It doesn't mean I'm saying the bad thing about my sister. Okay. But I'm trying to say what I know. So that the day she exhibits such character, I will be able to, yes, they've said it, and I'll be able to control or manage.
Okay.
So it is always good to say things the way it is. We should not try to cover up or try to use some other means to say, because I do not want to be truthful. I don't want, what operates in society today, I will cover you up so that you can also cover me up. That is what we are practicing.
Rub my back, I rub yours.
So that if I see you doing bad thing, even among our youngsters today, you see them, when they see their fellow friends doing something that is bad, ask them, they'll say, trying to dodge. Falsehood is always falsehood. We should not practice it. Islam wants us to say the thing the way it is. Prophet Islam said that a Muslim is somebody that when he says yes, his yes is always yes. Okay. Even if you go from now till anywhere, you meet it the way he has said it. And he also said that 3 persons will never enter paradise. When you remember all these hadiths, it will make you to feel that what is the essence of me telling lies? If I'm not, there is no benefit in this world.
Where will it
lead me to? He said 3 people will not enter paradise. 1, a man who commits illegal sexual acts, that is an old man. Secondly, a man who tells lies. Thirdly, a poor man who indulges in pride. So those 3 people, they will never enter paradise. See, the second category, a man who tells lies. Such that lying is frowned against.
All right, just before you go into that next point, I'm sure it's very important. Viewers at home, if you're just joining us, the program is The Virtuous Woman, your program, our program, the program. Join us after this short break where we'll take the other parts of the program. Welcome back, viewers at home. It's still time out with Hajia Monsuro Abdul Fattah. And the topic, like I said, is truthfulness. You're about to make a point before we went on break the other time.
Yes, that's Islam extol telling truth. He extols us to be saying the truth all the time. Aisha Radhalanya was asked one day that she said that the Messenger of Allah did not hate anything as strongly as he hated falsehood. That he ate it, such that when he sees the trait in a man, he said he will continue to frown at such a person until the person changes. So that he doesn't even encourage his companion to have it. So it's not a good trait. And we should not say because this is what our environment dictates now, we try to abandon the good character, the virtue that is expected of us as Muslims. So telling the truth is very, very important. And we see today there are many avenues through which people are telling lies.
That's true.
So at times during jokes, people tell lies. All in the bid to make people to laugh. They try to invent lies against Allah's religion. Some invent lies against pious people. Some invent so many things. All because they believe maybe nobody to caution them.
Those cracking jokes also fall under...
Yes, at times you crack joke and what you are saying is not real. And that is why, even if you want to talk, Prophet said, it is better to keep quiet than to say what you are not sure of. If you are not sure of a point you want to say, it is better to keep quiet than to just say something and then at the end of the day, what you are saying is not true. So whatever we want to say, we must be conscious of it that what I'm saying is the truth. It's true. And evidences anywhere, it will always remain as the truth.
Okay. So is there any circumstance in Islam where you are allowed to tell lies? You probably feel that there are some situations where you should be able to call the story in a way that you won't tell the truth, probably to save some situations. Is it allowed at all?
When we are talking of situations that could warrant us not saying the truth, not that you don't want to say the truth,
okay,
but what Islam said in an hadith that I read is when you are trying some situations that you talk and what you say you do not really mean it. Those situations whereby maybe they said a promise that a husband gives to wife that, my dear, I will buy you a car. If you do this to me, you are the mother, you are the mother of my children. Okay. You know, some promises that really it is out of love. In such situation, you don't count how those ones that you've been telling me lies.
Okay, okay.
You know, those are words of...
How about if someone's life is involved?
At times, the situation of Rasulullah said, you might not really say the truth, but not that you are telling lies. Let's take for example, while he was in Mecca, and the Meccan, he was being persecuted. So there was a day they were after him, they wanted to kill him.
Okay.
So a person came, Rasulullah was standing. Allah has revealed to you that this person is coming to come and do something bad to you. So he moved from that spot to another spot.
Okay.
So the person now asked, where is Muhammad? He said, he has just left this place.
Allah Akbar.
He didn't tell lies. He left that place to another place. Really. So in such a situation, we cannot say he has told lies. But he has defended himself. So in a situation whereby we need to defend ourselves, we need to invent some other things as protection, it is not that we are telling lies. If, for example, now people came and they now said, okay, oh, they want to kill, they want to do this, we could move away from that place.
Okay.
And it will not be counted that, where are you? I am, and you know, these days, people tell lies consciously, but that is not what Islam said.
Where are you? I'm in the bus.
Yes, and
you're in the room.
Some will even say I'm in Abuja, and they are right in Lagos, inside Odo. Some will even say I'm at my 2, yet he's still in Ikorodu. If you know that you are held up and people are waiting, please hold on. I will soon be there. I'm held up. Please give me some time. It is better than to tell lies. Yet people will not be looking. You know, it looks somehow when you look at a person now. Why you say you're in Abuja when you're right here in Lagos? Say, don't mind. I'm trying to defend myself. That is not the kind of defense Islam said we should do. No. Okay. The kind of defense he did was to protect Islam. So if it involves our life, it is not that we are going to tell lies, but there could be some diplomatic things we'll put in place that will not tell lies, and at the same time, the person will not get the real facts of where we are. So people should not, some are even saying that there are white lies. There's nothing. Lies are lies.
So there are no white lies?
No. No, there are no white lies. Lies will always be lies. And whatever we say, we will be accountable for it in the sight of Allah. So we must be mindful of what we say. And as such, when we feel that this situation, by saying what I want to say, might put me in problem, it is better to keep quiet. So it is better for us and safer, so that we will not fall into error. Because whoever tells lies has its place in that fire. May Allah forbid us.
Amen, amen. Ma, just before you round up, I must say that there's no gainsaying the fact that majority of the people fall into this category of either not saying the whole truth or telling blatant lies. Now, I want to know, for viewers out there, those who are mothers, they're trying to raise their young children, they are trying to raise the future hope of the nation. What are those things they should instill in these young children from the start? Then to the teachers in school, especially for children who attend boarding schools, what is supposed to be their own responsibility towards contributing to it? Then the adults, the young adults growing, you know, majority of them, parents have done their bits in the house, so they are growing already. These three categories of people.
Alhamdulillah, Islam has given us the best advice, that be truthful in everything we are doing. Be it as a mother, as a teacher, as a counselor, as anything in society, be truthful. Secondly, you must be a model to others. The character you want people to imbibe in you, have it in, you want to teach people, have it in yourself. Try to be a model for others. Because as teachers, if you don't pattern your life in the way Allah wants, people will imbibe wrong attitude, wrong values from you. And that is why we must be very, very careful. We have to build ourselves first. Thirdly, there are some things that we must not engage ourselves in. For example, excessive jokes, exaggeration, excessive praise. Once you know what you want to say is not correct, do not say it. It is better for us to keep quiet. Even to our children, let us imbibe in them act of saying the truth. Do not tell them that, tell my friend I'm not at home, whereas you're at home. Do not teach them the way of lying. Bring them up in the way of truth. Let them know the virtue with you, that our mommy's yes is yes, our mommy's no is no. So that as they too grow up, that character will also be in them. And as teachers too, you see, may Allah guide us aright. We have a lot of role to play because our students are looking up to us.
Yes,
So we must build ourselves also for them to have the right values from us. And one of those values that can lead to others is to be truthful. Do not tell lies to them. Do not even encourage them also to tell lies. Many will not go to class and ask the students, Mark, I am in the class. No. Some will not mark, some will not do anything. Please. It is not easy, actually. There are a lot of challenges facing us. But despite that fact, we still need to be truthful in everything we do.
Hajia Mansour Abdul Fattah, you have really done a very great job, I must say. Jazakumullah khairan for joining us on this program and from where she stopped. Speaking of right values that we need to instill in our children, in ourselves, and speaking of the fact that all these things are not easy, it means that you have to continuously pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to soften your heart, to guide your heart. He's the only changer of hearts. Tell him to make your heart submissive to his dictates. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us better Muslims and forgive us our shortcomings. Like I said, the topic we discussed just now is truthfulness, and it's been a time out with Hajia Mansour Abdul Fattah. Thank you very much, Ma, for coming on board. Really appreciate it. I am your host, Olaguju Bushra. Join us on this station, same time, same station tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.